So, what was under that blanket? It's a Westinghouse WR8 columnar radio from 1931. Pretty spectacular Art Deco design. The idea, I guess, was to have a radio not take up so much space. So what is actually in the back, it's an RCA radiola set that they kind of split the chassis up and broke it into pieces and then arranged it vertically with the power transformer and audio output stages on the bottom. I already took out the tubes. There was an 80 rectifier and two 45 audio output tubes. I took them out for safekeeping. Those 45 output tubes are quite valuable and hard to replace. The reason they mounted these tubes separately and vertically was because of something called filament lag. When you have tubes mounted on their side like these other tubes, it's not good because they're designed to be running vertically, not horizontally. But I guess it's okay with these tubes, so they did mount these horizontally. So like I said, the power supply and audio output on the bottom. I'm not quite sure what these transformers are for. Maybe filter chokes. There's the antenna input, big tuning coil, and the 4-section ganged capacitor tuner. There's a tuning dial with a light bulb behind it. And then the various IF stages. RF and IF stages, I should say. There's another tube I already took out. This radio actually did come with a full complement of tubes. Most of them look to be the originals from 31. And it actually works. The seller had this turned on when I went to pick it up. So it's nice to know that it's good, but I would never just plug a radio this old in and fire it up like that without first going over everything. And now that I think about these, some of these might actually be capacitors, because somebody online told me that this set did not use electrolytic capacitors, which would account for it actually working. Because typically electrolytic capacitors burn out, or I should say dry out, and they can form a short. So when you plug them in, what will end up happening is the rectifier tube, usually a type 80 in these old sets, will be feeding a really heavy load, like a dead short, and it'll actually burn out the tube. I've seen some that have actually melted the glass envelope, they got so hot. And then you could also fry the transformer. And as you can imagine, finding replacement components for sets this old is very, very difficult. Pretty much the only way you're going to find a replacement is to scavenge them from another similar set. Way up top here is where the speaker would go. Pointing out the top here with the speaker cloth. I already took the speaker out. As you can see, the cone is very damaged, so I'll try to get that reconed. I found out there's a place, it's actually in Chicago, not too far away, that might be able to recone this for me. The speaker's also incredibly heavy. In fact, this whole set's incredibly heavy. The heaviest thing I've got. Like that RCA 630TS over there weighs about 90 pounds or so, and I was able to lug that up 2 flights of stairs to my place by myself. This radio, no way. I had to wait for my buddy to come over. We carried it up the stairs like a coffin. Oh, and then of course the most striking thing on this set is this clock and a clock inset into the top up here. At first I thought this was painted black numerals on white, but it turns out it's actually silver plated. So I started using a little Tarnex to see if I could revive the silver without destroying the paint. It's turning out well so far. I think what I'll do though is remove the clock and scan it, just in case I ruin the numbers, that I could get them repainted on maybe. Yeah, the controls are over here on the side, and I guess some versions of the set actually came with a wired remote control to plug into the back and run this thick cable over to a box. I'd say about 4 inches by 3 inches by an inch or two. Let's see, I've got the knobs around here somewhere. Let's see if I can scrounge them up. There we go. I had them stashed away for safekeeping in a drawer. These are actually wooden knobs. Yeah, on sets this old, they don't even have Bakelite yet, so the knobs are actually carved out of wood. I'm missing one as usual. Almost everything I pick up is missing a knob or two or three. But somebody online saw my postings and they have a replacement large knob, or I should say a spare, that they're willing to sell me, so hopefully I'll have a full set soon. Here's some of the tubes I pulled out and cleaned up. The main problem with this set so far seems to be it's incredibly dirty. That's what all this dirt is on this paper. I was just starting to clean out part of it. And here is one of those audio output tubes. It's a 240 Sylvania 245 type. They're quite expensive. You can easily pay 50 to 100 bucks for just one of these tubes. These test okay, not exactly like new, and this one's got a discolored spot on here, and the plates look like this set's seen a lot of heavy use, but I think they'll last me a little while at least. Another cool thing about these old globe type Sylvania tubes is they have a little green leaf on top, which was the old logo. Bit of an ear damage and some separation. Separation doesn't bother me too much. I can just glue that back down. And the missing bits, I'll just have to take some veneer. I think this is walnut, and just make some little patches. And finally, this whole set seems to have been refinished long ago. The right colors are dark walnut on the side and light walnut in the center. So I'm going to restore it back to that because it's a really striking look with those original colors. Apparently this center panel comes out, which should make this a lot easier to do because that's a different color. I can just pop this off, strip it, refinish it, separate from the rest of the cabinet, which I'll paint with a darker color. I've gotten so many sets lately, though. I'm really overwhelmed with projects right now, so I have no idea when I'll get around to actually finishing this off. That's all for now. Hope you enjoyed it.